Ever feel like you need 5 different websites just to check one crypto? One tab for prices, another one for liquidity, one for exchange holdings, and then you are bouncing between crypto related websites and Twitter just to read market sentiment. The truth is, most crypto traders waste hours switching between tabs, copying data, refreshing charts, typing to figure out whether it's right time to buy or sell. The process is broken and it's time someone fixed it. So I built an AI powered system that connects every data source, centralized exchanges, decentralized liquidity pools, market sentiment, and price trends, all inside a single Telegram chat. No more browser chaos, just instant insights whenever you need them. And today I will show you exactly how this AI crypto analyst actually works, and more importantly, how you can build your own using N8N. Hello everyone, welcome to the AI University. Today I'm going to show you how to build such system for which I have given you the demo. Kind of your own AI powered crypto data analyst using N8N News API and Coin Market Cap APIs in a step-by-step manner. A workflow that understands your questions in plain English, fetches live crypto market data, provide buy, sell, or hold signals based on market sentiments, provides decentralized exchange holding and other data, and replies directly to you on Telegram. Now, if you want to learn how to create AI systems like this, sharpen your skills and boost your career opportunities and earn by selling such systems, then stay tuned until the end. You can also try to explore the AI University school community if in case you want to get access to ready to use JSON workflows, all the system prompts, step-by-step guides on how to connect to each of the APIs, technical support for workflows. We also have a JSON prompt library where you can explore the JSON prompt for creating the UGC content. You can find the link in the description section. Don't worry, in this video I will walk you through the entire workflow in detail. Alright, let's understand the big picture before we start dragging the nodes. Our system is built using 4 main parts. Number 1, Telegram input, where your questions come in, meaning where you enter your questions to get the corresponding answers from the crypto analyst agent. Then we have this AI agent, and this AI agent is nothing but it's like the master agent. It has a agent brain, which gives this particular agent an ability to think as a human and provide the answer after doing the corresponding analysis. You can see that we are using GPT-4o mini for this particular AI agent's brain. Then we have agent memory. So agent memory is nothing but it keeps track of all the past interactions that has happened so far. Then we have 4 sub workflows or sub agents. These are small workflows that each of them handle one particular job. So we have this crypto specific queries agent, which provides the details around any specific cryptocurrency token prices, its metadata, like for example 24-hour volume, open, high, low prices for a given period, its liquidity, so on and so forth. Then we have an exchange agent, which provides the details around different exchanges, for example Binance, Coinbase, so on and so forth. So if you want any specific exchange related data, like what is the 24-hour trading volume on a given exchange such as Binance, then it will provide you this answer. It can also provide you details such as fear and greed index. Then we have DEX agent. We have DEX scan agent, which particularly scans different decentralized exchanges such as PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and provides you details such as like what are the different trading pairs on Uniswap which gained most in a particular day. Then we have sentiment analysis agent. This is used to identify the sentiments of market or traders. So details like what is the current sentiment, whether it is positive sentiment or negative or neutral, whether it is the right time to buy a crypto or sell a crypto or hold And it provides details such as like short-term recommendations and long-term recommendations along with the rationale or the reason. Think tool is used to basically provide you, in fact, it validates the answers before sending it to the user. Then we have Telegram output node, which sends the final answer back to you after all the agents work together and provides a final answer to you. So before we start building, here is what you need. You need an N8N installed instance. Maybe you can, there are several ways you can use N8N. So number one is the cloud instance, for which you need to buy the subscription, maybe $25 or $27 per month. So the second method is self-hosting, meaning you can self-host the N8N instance on services such as Hostinger. And third one, you can run N8N instance on your own computer if your computer is quite powerful. If in case you want to go with either cloud or a self-hosting of the N8N instance, then you can visit the description section where I have provided links for both Hostinger as well as N8N Cloud. Then we need a CoinMarketCap API key, which we can get it from coinmarketcap.com website. Then we need third, we need a Telegram bot token, which we can create using a service known as BotFather on Telegram. Third one is OpenAI API key. So you want to, for that, you need to register on OpenAI website and get the key from there. And fifth one, you need the news API to collect the cryptocurrency news related data from different news websites. Since I'm going to tell you how to build such a system from scratch, so let's start a new instance. So first we will go and search for Telegram because we want to get the input from the user. So click on Telegram and then click on message. Here you can see that it has automatically taken my API credentials, which I have already set up previously. And if you want, you can actually configure it for your own Telegram token by just clicking on create new credentials and providing the access token here. So you can get the access token by generating one on the Telegram using a service known as BotFather. So click BotFather and you will be directed to this particular page or screen and type /newbot here. Okay, then it will ask how are we going to call this bot. So you can name it as N8N Crypto 001. Then it will ask for the username, so you can provide the username as underscore, so N8N Crypto 001 underscore bot. Press enter, upon which it will provide you this access token. You can copy this token and save it somewhere because we will be using it to create the Telegram credentials. All you need to do is paste that token here in the access token space and click on save, upon which it will create a credentials for you to receive the inputs from the Telegram. You can even rename it here. I already have it configured, so I'm not going to create it. Now let's try to execute this step to get the input from the user. So let me type hello here and type run this step. You can see the text, it has received the text as hello, right? Which means that our particular node has been executed. Next, let's give our AI session. So you can see that this is particular session of a given Telegram chat, right? You see this ID, it's a session ID. So we want to give our AI a session memory so that it can store information about which particular user is talking each time. So it can happen, multiple users are talking at the same time. So it keeps track of given user interaction in the memory, and that's why we need it, because by doing this, it can store the information about which user is talking each time. So let us say you initially asked a question, what is the price of the ETH? And then later on you type a question known as what is the full form of ETH. So by setting up this session, it will keep track of those follow-up questions. So click on plus and then find out set node, set, and then click on edit field. Here just try to add one field and name it as session ID, and then drag and drop this ID from the left to here. Just toggle on this include other input fields and press execute. So this particular statement uses your Telegram ID as the memory key. You can see that this is the memory key for this particular chat session here. Now our bot knows which user is talking each time. Now let's add an AI agent which will act as a master agent and control the other sub workflows or sub agents, which we are going to add later on. So select this AI agent and select source for input user message as defined below. In the prompt user message, just drag and drop the text from left to right. Now in the options section, click add options and select system message. So as you can see, I've already provided the system message here. Okay, and this system message controls each different sub workflow which we are going to add later on, right? So these are the instructions it has given to tools and agent capabilities, crypto market, coin market cap, crypto agent, so and so forth. So for now, I'll just copy and paste it here. Okay, once we do that, then we will provide the brain to this particular agent. So click on OpenAI chat model and keep the default one selected, like GPT-4.1 mini. I have already configured my credentials for OpenAI. That's why it has taken OpenAI account from here, as you can see. But if you want to configure your own credentials, then you can register on OpenAI's website using your email, and then go to the API section to get the API key from there. Once you get the API key, you can just provide the API key here in this section and then click on save so that it can be saved for later use. Again, I have provided all these steps in the school community, so you can definitely go and explore there. Then we will add the memory. So we'll use simple memory node here and keep the defaults just like this. It has automatically taken the session ID here, right? So this agent, as I told you earlier, is kind of our analyst brain. It reads your questions, tries to understand, decides which agent to call if in case there are various agents that are interconnected. And as I told you, we are going to have 4 sub agents or sub workflows. So it will call those sub workflows based on the kind of a request that we are going to give to our agent. Since we have multiple agents or sub workflows, it will try to understand the question and then routes it to the specific agent to gather the required info. For example, if I ask what is the market sentiment for Bitcoin, then it will first understands this question and then it will route it to the sentiment analysis agent that I'm going to add here. Now let's move on to add 4 sub workflows. So click on plus sign in the tools section and click on call N8N workflow. Give a name to this sub agent as crypto specific query. We will configure these sub workflows later on, but for now just change the names and add these sub workflows. Okay, now add one more and give it a name, exchange agent. Now let's add another one and give it a name as DEX scan agent to basically scan the decentralized exchanges. And the last one is market sentiments to get the market sentiments of the particular cryptocurrency. And finally add a think tool, which I told you earlier, like before providing the response, it kinds of validates the response. So keep this default values here. Okay, now let's add our output Telegram node and click Telegram and then search with send and click on send a text message. Here, as you can see, it has automatically detected my credentials. Keep the resource as message. In the chat ID section, so before getting the chat ID, I think I need to run this workflow once, or this particular agent once. So let me run it. Okay, and then here in the chat ID section, we can just drag and drop this ID from the chat section, right? Okay, and in this text section, just drag and drop this output of the agent. Okay, so once you do that, this agent, after doing processing or after finding the answer of a given question or query, it will provide you the answer in the chat itself. So if I execute this step, you can see that it has provided a response, hello, or the output, hello, how can I assist you with cryptocurrency market insights, token data, exchange information, or decentralized exchange analytics today, right? So that's a kind of output we have received. Since none of our 4 workflows are configured yet, so that's kind of a generic message it has provided, but it can understand your question, processes the data, and provides you the response accordingly in the Telegram itself. Friends, quick break before we continue. If you have ever wished content creation could happen with just one click, it actually can now. Meet Happify.com, your AI-powered content creation assistant for all platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, TwitterX, and even blog. Here you can select your topic, select number of titles you want, number of keywords you want, number of descriptions, video length, and with just single click, you can instantly generate YouTube scripts, titles, keyword tags, description, and thumbnail, all perfectly tailored for your platform. You can even schedule your content using the schedule button and see your scheduled post here. Make changes as you need and post it on your social media platform. They have also provided an analytics dashboard where you can track how many hours you have saved and monitor the performance using this smart dashboard. Hypify also helps you find trending topics by again just single click of a button, and just like that you find all the trending topics. And the image generation tool is super easy as well. Just provide the topic, select the effect or genre, camera angle, or any other options, and just click on generate image prompt. No need to worry about creating the image prompts by your own. Now you can generate the image by clicking on generate image button, and you will get your image generated. And here is the best part. They even offer free image editing tools with no sign up required. So go check out Hypify.com today. Create, plan, and publish all your social media content faster, smarter, and effortlessly. Alright, let's build this crypto specific query sub agent or sub workflow. This is the workflow that I'm talking about and that which we are going to build now. This single workflow can fetch accurate real-time cryptocurrency data such as live token prices, rankings, metadata, conversions, or I would say cryptocurrency conversions, and even overall market health directly from CoinMarketCap API, and it returns it in a structured format that the supervisor agent can interpret. And the best part, it's modular. You can connect it to an AI agent, a Telegram bot, or even a business dashboard. This sub workflow has various nodes, each of which represents a specific API endpoint from cryptocurrency from CoinMarketCap, like this particular node, which is a crypto map right here. This is the URL or endpoint to fetch the listings and mapping data of all available tokens. Then we have this cryptocurrency/info endpoint, which actually helps in fetching the token metadata. Then we have this cryptocurrency/listings/latest endpoint, which helps in fetching the cryptocurrency listings, latest listings data. Then we have this particular endpoint, which is cryptocurrency/code/latest, which helps in fetching the live cryptocurrency prices. Then we have this global metrics/codes/latest endpoint, which helps in fetching overall market health data. And finally, we have this tools/price conversion, which helps in conversion between crypto and fiat or crypto to crypto. If you remember, in the beginning itself, I showed you a question wherein I asked in Telegram, how many Bitcoins will I get in 1000 USDT, right? So it provided the answer that we will get 0.00944 or something in return of 1000 USDT. So that's what it does. It performs the price conversion of one currency to another. So each of these endpoints serves a distinct purpose. So let's explore them one by one. So we will again start from the scratch and give a name to this particular workflow. We will say crypto specific query underscore demo. Okay, here we will add a node known as execute serve workflow and then click on this when executed by another workflow. This node receives the query or user's questions with respect to a specific token or crypto. This node acts as a entry point for the sub agent. It receives a question or query coming from the main workflow. For example, like price of ETH or convert 8 BTC to USD, those kind of questions, which basically the master agent sends. So in the input data mode parameter, select define using fields below, and under workflow input schema, add two parameters. Number one, message type should remain the string, and the number two will be the session ID. Next, we will add an AI agent where we will include the instructions on how to process different coin market cap endpoints to gather live prices, token or exchange info, overall market health, listings, so on and so forth. So here in source for prompt user message, select define below. I will let you know which particular parameter value we need to mention here in prompt user message. But for now, click on add options, select system message. That's where we will include the system message. So I have crafted a system message which I will be utilizing, and you can have your own system message, whatever you want to. But if in case you want to use my system prompt, then you can very well find it in the school community. All right, so I copy pasting the system message here. Next, we will add crypto agent brain. So try to search with OpenAI. Click on OpenAI chat model, select the defaults. And as I mentioned earlier, I have already set up the credentials, but if you want to add yours, then you can just click on create new credentials and provide your OpenAI API key here. Now let's add the memory so that AI system can remember the past interactions that you had with it and provide related responsibilities. So select simple memory node and select session ID, it has already selected by its own, and keep that context window length as default 5. So I realized that if I run this main workflow right now, it will cause some errors because obviously we do not have them configured already. So since we are working on crypto specific query sub node right now, let me delete these for now and we will add them later on. We will just work on one sub workflow at a time and then keep on adding them later on. Okay, so for now let me delete these sub workflows for now and just try to work on this first sub workflow which we already started working on here. And I wanted to run this workflow once so that we can get a value for this user message, right? So first what we need to do is open this sub workflow and select our sub workflow that we started working on, which was crypto specific query demo, right? All right, you can see that there are two parameters, a message and session ID, for which we need to provide the values, right? So in order to get those values, we need to execute this workflow once, right? So let's click on execute workflow, go to the Telegram message and type a message something like please provide top 10 crypto list and press enter. All right, so now come on to this crypto specific query node. So here you see these two parameters, message and session ID, and you need to populate these two values. On the left hand side, you will see that there are two tabs. One is mappings tab, another one is from AI. right? So first, let's populate the message. So for that, you need to click on From AI tab, where you will see the query here, right? List top 10 coins by market cap. You need to just paste this code here, which actually tells that we need to get this value from AI tab, query parameter, right? For the session ID, you need to click on the mappings tab on the left. Scroll down to the Telegram trigger, and under Telegram trigger there is a field called chat, and we have a field name as chat ID. So click on drag and drop chat ID here, come out and click on save. Now here just right click on crypto specific query node and click on go to sub workflow, which will open our sub workflow that we were working on earlier. So here you will see 3 tabs: editor, execution and evaluation. Click on executions. You will see that the latest execution went in error. But if you click on AI agent, you will see that this particular agent is getting 2 input values, which are message and session ID, right? So here is the code json.message ID. So basically what you need to do is come on to editor, click on AI agent and paste this statement JSON $json.message within parentheses, okay, and click on save. So next what we need to do is add the different HTTP node wherein we will be using the CoinMarketCap API. So now in the tools section here, as you can see, click on plus and select HTTP request tool. In the description section, provide a text something like get a map of all cryptocurrencies with CoinMarketCap ID, name and symbol. The method will be get because we are trying to retrieve the information from CoinMarketCap API. Now in the URL section, you need to provide the API endpoint of CoinMarketCap. And the way we get those endpoints is from the CoinMarketCap documentation page. So you can go to the coinmarketcap.com/API/documentation/v1. Here you can see the documentation link, right? So on the left hand side you will see a lot of tabs, and let's click on the cryptocurrency tab. So these are the different endpoints that you can use to fetch the different types of data, right? So if we use the map cryptocurrency/map endpoint, you will get the CoinMarketCap ID map, then metadata, so on and so forth, right? So that is what I'm going to provide in the URL section. So I have already copied those URLs, so I'll just paste, and you can see that this is the URL, complete URL, and I'm using the cryptocurrency/map endpoint here. Now you again need the API key from the CoinMarketCap website to fetch the different kinds of data. And again, you just need to sign up using this sign up button on CoinMarketCap website and get the API key from them. I'm going to utilize 6 endpoints or 6 different HTTP nodes, but you are free to use as many as you can. In the authentication field, select generic credential type, and in the generic auth type, select header auth, and in the header auth field, you need to provide your CoinMarketCap credentials. So I already have mine, but if in case you want to provide your CoinMarketCap API key, just click on create new credentials, and in the name field type X. So basically you need to just copy paste this particular field name, which you can find in the authentication tab of CoinMarketCap documentation. Just copy this, paste it here, and in the value just provide your CoinMarketCap API value. Okay, I have already configured, so I will just select my API key from here, CMC key. Now click on the send query parameters toggle button, and let's add few parameters here. First one is symbol. Select the value as, and in the value section just click on let the model define this parameter. Again add new parameter, which is listing underscore status. Click on for the value, click on let the model define this parameter, and click on add parameters to add another parameter, which is start, and then final one is limit, and keep everything same as it is. Then click on send headers. Under the specify headers, keep this default value as using fields below, and under the header parameters, enter the field name as accept, and value, let the model define this parameter, and keep everything as it is. Come out of it, click on save. Now copy this particular HTTP node and create 5 more instances of it by pasting it. Alright, so we have 5 more instances, so just connect them. So now we have 5 more instances of it, right? Now we have to configure all of them. Now to basically avoid any confusion, let's name each of these HTTP nodes. So first one is map. Second one is, let's say, info. Then we have listings. Name the fourth one as price data. Fifth one as global metrics. And last one as price conversion. And we have to now configure each of these 5 different nodes in the similar way as we did for this map node. Click on save to save this workflow. Now let's configure this info node to fetch the detailed metadata about a specific cryptocurrency, such as its white paper link, project description, logo, official website, and social links. So here we are going to change few details because we have copy pasted it from the previous node. First of all, change the description to something like get metadata for one or more cryptocurrencies, including logo, description, and links. The method will remain as get. Then change this URL to something like this. So we are utilizing this endpoint here, cryptocurrency/info, to fetch these details. Authentication will remain as generic credentials type, and in the generic auth type, everything remain as it is. In the send query parameter section, keep only symbol parameter and remove every other parameter. Okay, so we'll remove this, and this one. A specify header should also remain the same. Alright, let's now move on to the listings node, which we will be utilizing for retrieving the latest market listings of the cryptocurrencies sorted by market cap, trading volume, or any other metrics. Change the description section text to something like this. Retrieve a ranked list of cryptocurrencies sorted by market cap, supports pagination, and conversion currency. Next, we need to change the URL here. And you can see that we are utilizing this endpoint, cryptocurrency/listing/latest. Keep authentication section as it is. In the specify query parameter section, define 3 parameters. So let's remove symbol, listings, and we need to keep this start limit parameter, and now add another parameter which is convert. Keep everything as it is. Next, we will update this price data node. So change the description to something like this. The tool going to receive input of cryptocurrency name and then request the price from CoinMarketCap and send the price back in the message. Now change the URL, and here you can see that we are using this particular endpoint here, cryptocurrency/code/latest. So this node will fetch live codes of the cryptocurrencies and provides the information such as price, volume, percent change, and market cap for specific cryptocurrencies. So keep the authentication section as it is, and in the specify query parameters section, define 2 parameters. So number 1 will be symbol and number 2 will be convert. Okay, and remove this start and limit. Keep everything as it is. Our next node is global metrics. So let's update this one as well. So this particular node will retrieve overall market-wide statistics such as total market capitalization, total volume, Bitcoin dominance, number of active cryptocurrencies, so on and so forth. So in the description section, provide a message something like this: returns global crypto market metrics including market cap, 24-hour volume, BTC dominance, and total active cryptocurrencies. Now change the URL to this, which is global metrics/code/latest, which is an endpoint for this, retrieving this kind of information. Keep the authentication section as it is. For this node, there are no query parameters needs to be defined. So no need to toggle this send query parameter. In fact, just turn it off and keep everything as it is. Let's move on to our last node for this workflow, which is price conversion. So this will help us converting an amount of one cryptocurrency into another or into fiat currency value. So you can just, see how many ETH you are going to get in return of one BTC. So kind of all the calculations among cryptocurrency can be done through this particular node. So in the description section, let's provide a message, something like convert cryptocurrency or fiat value from one currency to another. Now change the URL, and we have this particular endpoint, which is tools/price conversion for this particular node. Keep authentication as it is, and in the specify query parameter section, define 3 parameters. So number 1 will be symbol, number 2 will be amount, number 3 will be convert, and delete this one. Keep everything as it is, and now save this workflow. And that's it. Your crypto agent tool is now ready. Now let's try to test our crypto specific query node or serve workflow. So let's try to execute it and open Telegram and type a message, something like find the white paper for Sol. Press enter. And you can see that it has provided the white paper for Solana, and you can click on this and you will see the complete PDF file containing the white paper for Solana. Now let's ask one more question. So execute workflow and type a message like what's the price of XRP today. Press enter, and you can see that our workflow is running. It hit the crypto specific query node, and you can see that just like that, it has provided the response. The current price of XRP is 2.3 USD with trading 24-hour trading volume around $8.29 billion. Now you see here this message. If you want to remove this N8N attribution, you can do it as well. What we need to do is come to the send a text message, click on add fields, click on append N8N attribution and turn it off. Okay, so next time when you run this Telegram node, it will not show you this particular message. Okay, just like it is showing here. So now let's move on to building the another serve workflow, which is DEX scan agent next. Okay, so one of the most frustrating things about analyzing decentralized market is how scattered the data is. And you might be on Uniswap, then hop over to PancakeSwap, then DEX tools, and every time you are copying token addresses and manually checking liquidity, volume, and pair performance. That's where the DEX scan agent comes in. It is a specialized sub agent in our multi-agent crypto intelligence system designed to fetch real-time decentralized exchange data from CoinMarketCap's DEX scan API. So with one query, you can get live trading pairs, liquidity, open, high, low, close, volume data, and even active trades across multiple blockchains, all inside N8N, fully automated. This DEX scan agent tool acts as the decentralized market data specialist. So it connects to CoinMarketCap DEX scan API, which aggregates live and historical decentralized exchange information across multiple blockchains. In our cryptocurrency analyst system, this agent handles all questions like what's the liquidity of Solana, show me the top DEXs by trading volume, get the price chart on Ethereum. So this sub-agent's structure includes several HTTP request node, just like we have 6 nodes here for query, crypto specific query, right? And it also connects to different DEX scan endpoints, just like I showed you for these 6 nodes, right? There were different endpoints here, right, in the URL section. So these endpoints are responsible for a unique data types such as metadata, networks, pair codes, OHL, CV, or open, high, low, close volume data, and live trade. So there will be multiple, or I would say 8 nodes that will provide all this information. So the components are more or less same for the DEX scan workflow as well, just like we have here. So I will copy this particular workflow. So Control C, and we will create a new workflow. So just paste this particular workflow here, and we will make changes. So first, let's change the name of this workflow. So it will be DEX Scan Agent. Okay, so we are going to have 8 nodes for this particular workflow. I will tell you later on. So copy and paste 2 more nodes. So now we have 8 nodes in this particular DEX scan agent. So here also, since we have copied this particular workflow from the previous one, so everything will kind of remain same. Here we have one message parameter session ID in this execute by another workflow, which will receive the input from our main workflow or the master workflow. Keep this OpenAI node as it is, which will act as a brain, and this is the memory node, which will also have a context window length of 5. Now in the agent section, we need to change the message or the system message here. So I will delete the previous one and paste a new system message here. So you can see that I have provided the complete instructions on how to process different kind of requests. So let us say if we are trying to retrieve static information such as name, logo, URLs for one or more DEXs, then we will be hitting this particular endpoint, right? Similarly, if we want to get all the blockchain network associated with DEX trading, then we will be hitting a different endpoint here, and so on and so forth. So these are like 8 instructions for 8 nodes I have provided. And if you want these complete instruction or the system prompts, then you can head over to my school community. Link is in the description. All right, now let's change the name of these nodes first. So number 1 is DEX metadata. Number 2 is DEX network list. Then we have DEX listing codes. Then we have DEX pair codes. Then we have DEX OHLCV latest and historical. For historical, there is a separate node that we have created, so it will be historical. Let's copy this text, and then the next one is DEX OHLCV latest. Then we have another one as DEX trades. Next one is DEX spot pairs. So in the first HTTP node, which connects to the CoinMarketCap's DEX info endpoint to retrieve descriptive details about any DEX platform such as name, description, logo, and supported networks. So let's open this, and in the description section we need to change the text. So I've just copy pasted the text. So here you can see that I've provided a complete details here. Next, we need to change this URL, and the endpoint will be v4 DEX listings info here. Keep everything same in authentication section as you have already created CoinMarketCap credentials. Now in the send query parameters, provide parameters such as ID. So you need to replace the symbol with ID, name, in fact replace this listing status with aux, delete the other 2 parameters. So we have only 2 parameters here, ID and aux, and keep everything as it is. Then let's open DEX network list node, replace the description with this one which I have provided here. Then we need to change the URL here. So I will change the URL, and you can see the endpoint is network list. Keep the authentication parameters just like that. Here we will try to define quite a handful of parameters now. So number 1 will be start. Then we need to add another parameter, which is limit. Third one is sort. Then we have sort directory, sortdir. Then we need to add another parameter, which is type. Next one is aux, and the final one is convert underscore id. Keep this, let the model define this parameter for each and every parameter. Keep everything as it is. Click on save. Our next node is, or HTTP node is, DEX pair code. So replace the description here with something like this, which I have provided here. Change the URL again, and you can see that URL is DEX pairs codes and latest. Keep the authentication as it is. So just to let you know that this particular node, DEX pair codes latest, fetches real-time liquidity, price and volume data for a specific token pair. For example, ETH USDT. If you provide, then it will fetch you the data such as liquidity, price and volume for this pair. So now we need to again provide few parameters here. First of all, first one would be contract address. Second one would be network ID. Let's add few more parameters. Then we have aux. Next one is convert ID. Next one is skip invalid. Then we have reverse order, and final one is network underscore slug. Keep everything else as it is. Click on save. So our next node is DEX OHLCV historical, which retrieves historical candlestick data such as open, high, low, close, volume for a specific trading pair. So here in the description section, we again need to replace the description. I have provided the instructions as you can see here. So next we need to change the URL, and here we are going to get this OHSLV historical. So you need to keep the authentication section as it is. Turn on the send query parameters, and you need to define the parameters again here. So contract address. Next one is network ID. Then we have network slug. Then we have aux. Next is convert ID. Then we have a skip invalid. And then reverse order. And keep everything as it is. Click on save. So this OHLCV latest node fetches the most recent OHLCV data for the current day. Again, we need to change the description here. Change the URL to DEX pair OHLCV latest. Keep the authentication parameters just like that. And in the send query parameters, just to save time, I have defined the parameters. Here you can see contract address, network ID, network slug, aux, convert ID, skip invalid, and reverse order. Keep everything same as it is. Click on save. Now let's move on to the DEX trades node, which actually retrieves up to 100 of the most recent trades for a given trading pair. So open it and then change the description. Again, I have provided all these description or instructions in the school community. Next, let's change this URL. So we'll replace it with DEX pairs trades latest. And then in the send query parameters, we have defined certain parameters such as contract address, network ID, network slug, aux, convert ID, skip invalid, reverse order, and keep everything same as it is. Click on save. Now let's update our last node, which is DEX spot pairs, which retrieves latest spot cryptocurrency pairs. So open it and replace the text in the description section. Then we will update the URL, which is DEX, to something like DEX spot pairs latest. Keep the authentication as it is. And then we have quite a handful of query parameters for this particular node. So we have network ID, network slug, DEX ID, DEX slug, base asset ID, base asset symbol, base asset contract address, base asset UCID, quote asset ID, quote asset symbol, quote asset contract address, quote asset UCID, scroll ID, limit, liquidity min, liquidity max, volume 24 hours minimum, volume 24 hours max, number of transaction 24 hours, number of transaction 24 hours max, that was min, percentage change 24 hours minimum, and percentage change 24 hours maximum. Then sort directory, aux, reverse order, and convert ID. Again, all of these parameters are including the previous node parameters, optional. Okay, it depends upon you, like which particular parameters you want to include. So I have included all these. Now keep the send headers section as it is and click on save. And that's how you build the CoinMarketCap DEX agent tool inside N8N. On the main workflow, let's now copy paste this particular node, which is crypto specific query. Change the name to DEX scan agent, and here in the from list workflow section, right, select our DEX scan agent demo here, connected with AI agent. Now click on save. Friends, before moving on to next two serve workflows, I would like to take a moment to let you know that if you are looking to animate your brand logo or your YouTube channel intro, as well as looking for having someone to generate the brand commercial advertisements for you or your brand, then you can explore these Fiverr gigs and contact them. Link is in the description section. So let's now move on to building the exchange agent. Friends, one of the problem when you start analyzing centralized exchanges such as Coinbase or any other centralized exchange, one thing that is quite frustrating is that every platform had its own APIs, dashboards, and data layouts. If you want to check how much BTC Binance was holding, you have to go to their page. If you want the fear and greed index, you have to look it up elsewhere. If you want to know which exchanges had the highest trading volumes, that was a different source too. So it feels like managing 5 different Excel sheets at once. What if we could bring all this together in one place? That's where the exchange agent comes in. A smart N8N sub workflow that pulls live centralized exchange data, token holdings, so on and so forth directly from CoinMarketCap APIs. In our crypto analyst system, this agent handles all the questions like what tokens does Coinbase currently hold? What is the current fear and greed index? Which exchange dominate trading volume this week? The components are more or less same for this workflow as well. So I will just copy this particular workflow that we created a while ago. And then in the new canvas, I will just paste it. So let's first change the name of this workflow. So keep it something like exchange agent. Then let's delete these 3 nodes here, because I will have only 5 nodes for this one. Some of the components are same. For example, this when executed by another workflow, this will remain the same. Then we have this AI agent where we need to change the system message. So I will just paste another system message, which is like here. So here we will be trying to find out the exchange map, exchange info. So exchange map will try to find out all the registered cryptocurrency exchanges. This info is related to metadata for a specific exchange. Exchange assets will help in viewing on-chain token holdings of the exchange. and so on and so forth. So then save it. As far as the brain or the open AI chat model as well as memory is concerned, it will remain the same. Okay, so no changes there. Now we need to change the description, URL and other parameters for all of these 5 nodes. So first let's change the names of these 5 nodes. So for this one we will keep the name as exchange map. Second one will be exchange info. Third one will be exchange assets. Fourth one will be CMC 100 index, and last one is fear and greed index. Now let's change the description of this particular node. So keep something like get a map of all crypto exchanges with coin market cap ID, name slug, first query with only the slug only, if error then try others, right? Next, change the URL to something like v1 exchange map. So this particular node which has this endpoint exchange /map, it actually helps in fetching a complete list of exchanges tracked by coin market cap along with their unique IDs, names, etc. All right, so keep the authentication details as it is, and in the send query parameters we will keep only one or define only one parameter, which will be slug. Send header details keep same as it is. Let's now move on to our next node, which is exchange info. So this particular node helps in retrieving detailed metadata for a specific exchange like launch date, country of registration, number of trading pairs and URLs. So let's change the description of this node as well. So we'll keep something like get metadata for crypto exchange including description, launch date, country and links. Now let's change the URL. So we'll keep the URL as exchange info. For the simplicity's sake and for saving some time, I have defined the parameters beforehand. Okay. So in the send query parameters, we will define only one parameter with the name ID. Okay. Send headers keep the value same as it is. Save it. Now our next node is exchange assets, which fetches data about the crypto assets held by particular exchange like Binance or Coinbase or Gemini, etc. It can be any exchange. So here in the description section, add the prompt something like return token holdings for a specific exchange including wallet addresses, platform, balance and USD value. So now change the URL to this one. Basically the endpoint will be exchange/assets. Here also authentication details will remain same, and in the specify query parameters just keep one parameter, define one parameter which is ID. Send header details will remain the same. Our next node is CMC 100 index, which retrieves the current list of constituents in the coin market cap 100 index, a weighted index of the top 100 cryptocurrencies. So now let's change the description of this one as well to something like this, which is shown here. Change the URL to this one with the endpoint CMC 100 latest, basically index/CMC 100 latest. Keep the authentication details same. There is no need to define parameters for this particular node, so I have turned off the send query parameters here. Keep the send header details as it is. Now our next node is fear and greed index, which retrieves the market confidence score known as crypto fear and greed index, which measures whether the buyers and sellers are fearful or greedy in the market. So let's change the description for this one as well to something like return the latest value of the CMC crypto fear and greed index, and change the URL to something like v3 fear and greed index. Keep the authentication details as it is, and again in this one also we don't need any parameters, so I have turned off the send query parameter section. Send headers section will remain the same. Now click on save, and that's how you build the exchange agent. Now after this, all you need to do is just copy this agent and paste it and get it connected with this one. Name this agent as exchange agent, and from the workflow drop down just select the exchange agent. Okay, and click on save. So let's now move on to building the sentiment analysis agent, which will help in identifying the sentiments of the traders in the market. So sometimes you realize that numbers alone don't tell this full story. Sure, price charts and volume data are important, but crypto is driven by emotions. One tweet from a well-known person or a famous personality, one trending Reddit thread, one rumor, and markets move like crazy. What if our AI could actually understand how people are feeling about the market? That's where the sentiment analysis agent comes into picture. It's the emotional intelligence module of our AI system designed to analyze market sentiments from any text input. It goes through various latest articles and posts to identify the market sentiments about the crypto or specific coins such as Bitcoin. So in our AI data analyst system, this agent handles all questions like what is the market sentiment for Bitcoin today? Should I buy or sell the Ethereum in the shorter time frame? So and so forth. So let's start building this sub workflow. So let's add a new canvas to create this new sub workflow. Name it as market sentiment agent. Okay, now we need to add the one node, which is, we already know, execute sub workflow node to receive the query or user's question with respect to a specific market sentiment related question. And as you know, this node acts as a entry point for the sub agent. So in this one, instead of 2 parameters, I'm just accepting all the data. Okay, so if you see earlier, I selected this define using fields below, where I selected 2 fields. One was session ID, another one was message. But now I'm selecting accept all data, which will accept all the field values. After this, we will add a HTTP node. And here in the URL section, you need to provide the URL as newsapi.org. So we are going to use a service known as News API, which will fetch all the articles with respect to a specific crypto news, so that we can analyze these articles to extract the market sentiments. We will use this News API website, which is here, for this, and extract its API to get all the necessary articles. The URL for this website is newsapi.org. So you will see this kind of interface. Click on get API key and register yourself. So you need to provide a first name, email address, choose your password, select I'm an individual, complete the CAPTCHA, agree the terms, and click submit. Post which you will be able to generate or see the API key. Once you get the API key, just copy that and save it somewhere, as we will be needing it later on. Now on this HTTP node, set the method as get only, because we are trying to retrieve the articles from the News API website. You need to provide the URL something like this, which is newsapi.org/v2/everything, through which you can extract all the articles related to crypto you are trying to identify sentiment about. Now turn on the send query parameters and define the first parameter as Q. Q means query here, and which tells you about what you are trying to fetch the articles for, or about which particular crypto. Supply its value as crypto or Bitcoin or Cointelegraph or Coindesk. Coindesk and Cointelegraph are crypto news article websites. So these are the platforms which provides curated info or news associated with cryptocurrencies. Now the next parameter is from, and here I have provided one expression which you can see here, right? Which is new date now. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to find out all the news articles or filter all the news articles from the past 3 days, right? So this number 3 is depicting that, and you can change it to 2 days, 5 days, 10 days as per your needs. So all you need to do is just change this value here. Let us say you want to find out the past 5 days data, just mention it as 5. And on the right hand side, you will see that it is showing the date, right, from when it needs to extract all the articles. Next parameter is sort by, and the value is popularity, because we want the most popular articles so that our agent can effectively find out the correct sentiments, as credibility of the article is most important when identifying these sentiments. Finally, we have another parameter which is API key, where you need to paste your News API website's API key that you copied earlier from their website and paste it here in the value section. Okay, so the parameter is API key and the value will be the API key value that you have copied earlier. So just paste that API key here. Once this is done, let's save. After that, we need to add another node which is known as code. Select the code as code in JavaScript. The reason we are adding this particular node is to filter all the articles. And here in the mode section, you need to select run once for all the items. Language should be JavaScript, as we will be providing the JavaScript code to filter the news articles. In this JavaScript box, just copy paste, or you can copy it from here also. You can see that I have copy pasted the code, this particular code, right? So you can just utilize this code for your sake as well. If you happen to join my school community, then you can find all the code and prompts saved in the workflow itself, which you can download and replace all the APIs with yours to make it work. Once we do this, our next step is to add an OpenAI node. So first save it and then click on OpenAI node and search for OpenAI and select messenger model. There are other options such as built-in sentiment analysis tool or any other LLM for this purpose, but I'm currently using this particular OpenAI node. So in the credentials to connect with, all you need to provide is you select your OpenAI key. In the resource section, keep this default value of text. In the operations section, keep this value as messenger model. And as far as this model is concerned, just select ChatGPT 4o mini, as it can provide right answers and it costs less. And in the prompt section, just provide the prompt just like I have provided here. It's a detailed prompt with complete skeleton of how we want our output like. Keep the simplify output toggle as on only. So when you execute this particular workflow, it will spit out all the necessary details such as short-term sentiments, long-term sentiments, sentiment score, rationale behind sentiment, and signal to buy or sell or hold the crypto. And that's how you build the sentiment analysis agent inside N8N. Now your AI analyst can not only read crypto data but also feel the market. So this completes our 4 workflows. Now let's save it. Now the next step is to add that sub workflow in our main workflow, right? So let's copy paste this existing sub workflow and attach this sentiment analysis sub workflow with the main agent. Let's rename it to sentiment analysis agent. All right. And here in the workflow from list, select market sentiment agent. You don't need these 2 parameters as we are accepting all the parameters. So delete these, come out of it and save it. And that's it. Your very own AI powered crypto analysis, multi-agent system built completely inside N8N. Now your Telegram bot can act like a real crypto assistant, always ready with live market insights. If you like this video, want to keep notifications of my new videos, then please like and subscribe to our channel. Share the video with your family and friends and turn on the notification bell to stay ahead learning AI skills like these. Remember, the AI University is a place where you learn AI, get skilled and identify opportunities to earn more.